Hey guys, welcome to the very first episode of 5-Minute Answers. This is a mini series for parents, and our goal here is to answer within 5 minutes the most relevant and challenging questions of parenting today. Today, we have a licensed clinical counselor at National Christian Counselors from Florida, USA. He is also an emotional intelligence practitioner and a mental health first aider. He is an author of a Bible-based counseling book called Beyond Good Advice, and he is the pastor of the Pastors of Victory, the movement I belong. And here he is, Dr. Tito Almadin, to answer the question, how would I know if my child is depressed?
Thank you, Pastor Adrian, for that good question. You know, the issue of depression is a medical and clinical concern. Not only a medical professional can truly diagnose your children if they are truly depressed. But let me give you some common root causes why a child can suffer or experience mental and emotional stress that can lead to a state of depression as well. Children, young as they're being bullied in school. Some being bullied by playmates or even their online games, playmates also. So let's be careful on how we look after them if they're playing online games. They are sometimes being verbally abused by people around them. Sometimes parents do so by cursing them, by saying nasty words on them that they can truly not understand, that they can feel the emotional pain that they have. And on top of that, they experience some physical pain as well, or physical abuse. When instead of discipline, it becomes a punishment. It's too much for comfort that happened to some children as well. There are some children who experience some sort of sexual harassment or sexual advantage for people around them, especially people who are closer to them for comfort that will protect them. And children doesn't give them or say to their parents about what they have experienced because of shame and fear of the people who have victimized them. So these are some common causes and some root causes of why children suffer from mental or even emotional abuse that can lead to a state of depression. So what are some symptoms of depression or mental or emotional state that a child can experience? First is that if they're very young, they can experience some level of fear. They don't want to be alone during nighttime. They don't want to be isolated. They have some tantrums. They're not at their usual self that is happy and playful, and they burst into unwanted emotion of anger, jealousy probably, or agitation for that matter. And sometimes they lose of appetite and sleepless night. When a child grows to be a bit in their teenage years, from 11 to 14, they tend to be very lonely. They tend to be very sad and experience some self-harm, afflicts themselves to get some more attention. So these are some symptoms if your child is experiencing some level of mental and emotional stress. But to be very, very sure, you have to consult your medical professional, your psychiatrist, or your psychologist, so that you'll be able to know what is best for your child and how we could help them and support them so that they be able to be healed in their emotional and mental state. God bless.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Tito. I'm so enlightened, and now I'm more aware on how a child would behave if he or she is struggling with depression. So, as I mentioned a while ago, he's an author of Bible-based counseling book called Beyond Good Advice. If you want to have a copy, you could message him, Tito G. Almadin, in Facebook. Also, you could follow his Instagram account, which is Beyond Good Advice. Thank you and have a nice week ahead.